Life insurers put life into the things you live for. The new factory that's hiring your neighbors. Maintenance on the bridge that keeps traffic flowing. The paycheck that puts pizza night on the table. Life insurers contribute $8 trillion to the U.S. economy through bond purchases and other investments, and protect the financial security of 90 million American families, like yours. See how life insurers put life into America at acli.com. Paid for by the American Council of Life Insurers.
Sometimes during Christmas, something magical happens.
Hey, Cricket customers. The Max with Ads plan is included with the Cricket $60 unlimited plan at no additional cost. And this holiday season, Max is the one to watch when you're feeling festive.
Son of a nutcracker!
Cozy up to all the holiday classics, like Elf, 8-Bit Christmas, and the Harry Potter 8-film collection. Just log in with your Cricket username and password to experience Max on all your favorite devices. Phone plan streams and standard definition. Programming subject to change. Fees, terms, and restrictions apply. See cricketwireless.com for details.
Support for this podcast and the following message come from Corient. Corient provides wealth management services centered around you. They focus on exceeding expectations, simplifying lives, and establishing legacies that last for generations. Leverage their exclusive network of experts to help achieve your personal and professional financial goals. As one of the largest integrated fee-only registered investment advisors in the U.S., Corient has experienced teams who can craft custom solutions designed to help you reach your financial goals, no matter how complex. Real wealth requires real solutions. Connect to a wealth advisor today at Corient.com.
Did you know that Game Pass or Pass is brought to you for free because of Spotify for podcasters? It's a totally free platform, and you can make a podcast today for free. Spotify for podcasters lets you record and edit podcasts right from your phone or computer. So no matter what your setup is like, you can start creating today. Then you can distribute your podcast to Spotify and everywhere else that podcasts are heard. And if you're thinking about taking your podcast to the next level with a video podcast, Spotify can help you too. With Spotify for podcasters, you can also earn money in a variety of ways that includes ads and podcast subscriptions. So what are you waiting for? Download the Spotify for Podcasters app or go to spotify.com/podcast to get started right now. It's now time for a very 64 edition of Game Pass or Pass, the podcast where we play games on Microsoft's Game Pass service. Tell you which games. I don't even remember the intro. Tell you which games. I legitimately don't remember it. Tell you which. Do you remember it?
Which games you nope. Not even a little bit.
Hang on. This is disturbing.
Which games we could tell you to pass on
I remember that part.
Something like that.
I'm gonna have to listen to an old episode after this. We
How do
definitely
we do
haven't.
this?
We definitely haven't been away for like 5 weeks. That definitely did not happen.
How do we do any of this?
But I think that like the craziest thing is like I've truly reached that age in my life where it's like I just start forgetting things. Like how people like forget passwords and stuff. I'm like, how do you forget your password? I'm there now.
No, I've been there for a long time. Welcome to the club.
It's weird. I don't like it. Podcast where we play games on Microsoft Game Pass service. Tell you which games to pass on to a friend.
Nope. Close
simply
though.
Pass on by. We're here to talk about Doom 64. I'm Corey. I'm joined by the biggest Doom fan on this podcast, Basher.
That is not accurate at all.
I think after playing Doom 64, you are.
Actually, after playing Doom, just the remake, or not the remake, but I guess Doom, what do they call that? Just Doom now?
Yeah, it goes by Doom 2016. That's kind of the...
What a stupid way to start naming things. I hate it.
Well, that's one of those, like, I think we all know nobody expected that game to be good, right? Even as a Doom fan. Like, when I first saw it the first time, like, this actually looks really good. Like, there's no way it's going to be good, right? And then it ended up being, it's funny is there was even news stories about it. They were expecting reviews across the board to be like the solid 7s. And that's what their mock reviews came back with. And no, it it did well. So after that, they had to kind of make it canon. They didn't have to make it canon. They decided to make it canon, which put it in this whole weird thing. And there's actually Doom 64 is now canon too, with the added episodes, which I'm guessing you probably didn't play, but I kind of forgot about that whole thing. Doom 64. Before that, did you know on this podcast, we've been gone for a little while. Like we haven't been gone for a little while, but in case we were, you could write us a text message, be like, yo, you guys alive? 574-651-9256. You can call us, leave us a voicemail, whatever you want to do. We've been gone for a while. Not a single person reached out if we would have been gone for a while and asked if we were okay.
We could have been dead.
We could have been.
COVID could have got us. We've been 6 feet deep, guys.
COVID did get us, kind of.
Wait, it did actually. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
actually,
kind of.
I had it like a week ago.
More you than me, but yeah. So we're not going to talk about why we were gone because we're actually going to pretend it never happened. Doom 64. Here are the details. If I could pull it up. Oh, okay. See, I don't know how to do this anymore. Doom. How do you spell Doom? D. Oh. Celebrate Doom's 25th anniversary with the release of Doom 64, originally released on the Nintendo 64 in 1997. Fight against demons in your crusade to hunt down the mother of demons and stop Hell's invasion. As you battle for more than 30 action-packed levels, be on the lookout for the enhanced weapons and secrets to help put you. Again, they have to fix this. Like I'm not crazy. Do I have dyslexia?
You are getting older, as you said.
And secrets to help you put an end to the demonic threat. So our last episode, which was only like a day ago, we did a spin. And I have actually been trying to get Basher to play Doom 64 for about 2.5, 3 years now. I knew eventually it would happen. I had to wait, and I had to pick my moment carefully. So, Doom 64, let's finally talk about it.
Do we have to? Like,
yeah, we do.
You better pray to God they never release like the Sonic games on this thing.
Sonic, what was that last one? I have it. Sonic Frontiers? Is that what it was called?
Yeah, that's the last one. Like the last great game ever made.
The only great game ever made.
Doom 64. I mean, where do you start? I mean, first of all, like the graphics suck. I mean,
it's an interesting Doom game because it was kind of like it wasn't technically made by id. It was kind of made by some other support studios, but id was in on it. But it's a completely unique game. It's got its own sprites. It's got its own. I guess that's not true. Some of the sound effects are taken from PlayStation Doom, but they did a full port to Doom engine, the id Software engine, and id Tech. And instead of just porting Doom, they decided to make their own thing. So it was kind of in limbo on the 64 because, as we all know, the 64 wasn't the most popular system. The PlayStation kind of ate everyone's lunch during that generation.
And they continue to do it. Well done, Sony.
There you go.
Just
props to you. Props to you. In fact, we're actually going to change this from Game Pass or Pass to PlayStation Plus or never.
Yeah, I think we know the answer to that one, actually.
Yes. So, so it's interesting that it was kind of in limbo for a long time, and I actually do have the cart, but I actually never finished the game on the N64 for many reasons that I'll talk about here in a little bit. So it's actually is kind of a unique one, and it finally kind of got released with the release of Doom Eternal. If you pre-ordered the game, you got it for free. So it was stuck in limbo, but they got Nightdive to do it, and Nightdive Studios is a very, very good studio that does not only remakes, but they do them correctly, I guess you could say. Full 4K support, 60 frames per second, controller support, achievements, all that fun stuff. So, but yeah, there's your little bit of history. But so what'd you think? What'd you think of diving back into a new Doom game? Wow.
I mean, you can't even look up and down.
There is no Z-axis still.
It's ridiculous. You can't it's 20 what? 5, 6? There's no looking up and down. This is out of control. Even Halo, you can look up and down.
But do you need to look up and down?
Absolutely, because they're like, oops, I got an email. Absolutely, because sometimes there are demons above you, and then you have to just strafe your way up some stairs, and instead of just looking up. Like, it's ridiculous. This is It's a poor man's Doom. All right.
I'm kind of hurt by your words.
Hey, buddy. But Buddy's on the podcast now.
It wouldn't be a podcast without Buddy. No, Doom 64 is legit.
I was trying to shoot demons for like the whole time, and then they kept asking me to find some keys. I'm like, what am I looking for keys for? This is
Have
ridiculous.
you ever played a Doom game?
Listen, I don't play Doom games. I'm better than that.
As the resident Doom aficionado, Doom 64 is
Haze is the better game.
wow. Now you're just going for the jugular.
Let's get Haze 2, Sony. Let's just get it out there.
It's a unique game. I am one of those people that the classic Doom is the best. Then I would take Doom 2016, and but then I would actually put Doom 64 as the third best Doom game. And I think it comes down to map design, and we've talked about Doom on this podcast many times, and I actually like most of the maps in Doom 64, which is when I look at something like Doom 2, I'm like, not a huge fan.
On a serious note, I actually despise the map design in this one.
Wow, why? I'm curious.
I don't.
It's very claustrophobic. I'll give you that. But
that's actually not. I actually like the tight corridors and whatnot. What I don't like is that very old school game design of what you're looking for is behind this wall, and it just looks like any other wall. Like when you press this button and then this opens up, but the button this doesn't stand out. It's one of those just old school archetype game designs of we're going to hide things almost just to hide things' sake.
Yeah, it's you're
like
not
shooting the demons are great. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like it is shooting demons, watching them explode, getting like for a game made on 64, it has better effects. It has better visceral effects than most shooters today.
Yeah, it definitely has that that dark, sort of Doom, not just effects, but like it's they took advantage of the N64 in unique ways of like, instead of just making big open levels, they instead, did fire effects, or they did lightning effects, stuff like that. There's no music in the game, which some people really hate, but I guess that's not true. There's not traditional music in the game, which some people really hate, but I think it just adds to the atmosphere. And I understand that the original Doom music is key, it's part of the experience, but this one it's a different Doom. But that core shooting, like you said, is still there. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. The puzzle aspect of it is a little more obtuse. It's more akin to like something like a Doom 2 but to me, it doesn't go that far into it to where I got frustrated with it. But granted, I have played this game probably like a dozen times. So it's possible that some of that stuff, I'm just not remembering. However, I will say, and we'll get there, I'm sure you didn't find like the secret levels and the secret demon artifacts and all that stuff.
No, I mean, I found some secret, and that's the thing. Like when you stumble across a secret, like it is rewarding of an experience for sure, because of how they hid the secrets. However, how they hide the secrets is how they hide the keys sometimes, and it just became a bit frustrating because I think I said this about Doom 2016. I just came here to shoot this stuff.
Right.
And shooting this stuff is really fun. When I'm not shooting this stuff, frustration builds a bit. And I think it's more so in 64 than 2016, simply because of the time and then in the technology. But in 64, it really just becomes more of a chore because each level is designed pretty similarly, where you have to find your red, blue, and yellow keys. That rinse and repeat part was frustrating. However, the blow up the demons in front of you was the good rinse and repeat part.
Yeah, and there's all the Doom games kind of build up to complexity. You kind of start in very small, or not very small, but very simple design levels, and you sort of work up to them. But Doom 64 actually has like a weird, it's not even, I wouldn't say weird, but a very different style in that the middle levels are kind of the most obtuse and the most sort of what do you want to call it? Like, I don't want to say playful because that's not what I want to say, but try to trick you kind of thing. Like, because there are like Doom 64. If the biggest flaw is that, hey, we're gonna just spawn some demons in front of you, kind of thing. And I don't know if that was a limitation of the technology, but this game by far does the most of like, hey, you picked up this thing, and we're just literally gonna spawn like 15 pinky demons in front of you, kind of thing. And the middle levels have less of that, and they're more about hiding things, like you said. So it's kind of broken into like 3 or 4 different parts where you've got sort of your traditional sort of mechanical looking levels with, Doom 3 style design. And then you have sort of your dungeon levels, and you got your hell levels. And then you have sort of kind of your mixture of those. And then by the end, it's like the last 5 or 6 levels are actually kind of more, I don't want to say gimmicky, but they're trying different things with them. They don't just make bigger and bigger levels for the sake of making bigger levels. But the middle levels can be by far the most frustrating because of exactly what you said of sometimes you just can't find the thing and you want to get to it. But I guess I just never, that's part of Doom to me. But it's not like Doom 2 where it's like literally I am running up and down this level over and over and I can't figure out where I'm going. I never got stuck to the point where I'm like, I have no freaking clue what I'm doing.
I
And
agree.
I think,
I don't think it's that bad. I
Sure.
wouldn't say it's that bad, but it's again, it's the same problem I have with Doom 2016. Your gunplay is so cool. I just don't care about your puzzle. I just don't feel like the puzzles are ever really that rewarding. I feel like finding the secrets are and I think simply because those are optional, and then you stumble across them or you do something wacky and you find it. However, having to do that is I'm like, like I killed all the demons, like just open up the door now. I'm like, that's kind of where I was at a few times.
Yeah, I think that's fair. And I really think only the original game, but even the original game has a couple levels that are just a little bit too open, I guess you could call them. But I don't want to say like we have to nitpick to find those things, but to me, there's more good than bad. And like you said, you kind of agree.
For sure.
And that's it's just kind of a cool throwback that not a lot of people have played. There's just more Doom here. Now, what I will say is, and I'm sure you weren't privy to this information, simply that the last boss is redonkulous. Like Mother Demon is really difficult unless you have the Unmaker. But I'm assuming you found the Unmaker.
I just used the passwords.
Oh, okay. So you cheated.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
You're fired. You're totally fired.
Absolutely, I did. I mean, that was probably the most fun part of the game is seeing the password screen again. Just as a very old man, that was super fun. Just to go into the menu and see a password option to do all the stupid things. That most games need that. I don't know why we took that away.
And it's because they can sell it to you. So if you don't use the passwords, the Unmaker is kind of the new weapon. And it's supposed to be like the big super weapon, but it's only super powerful if you find all of the demon keys. And the demon keys are in secret levels themselves. And if you're bored while I'm talking, just Google a YouTube video of how to find these secret levels. And like, you want to talk about obtuse, like they are obtuse. There's one that requires a combination of hitting these switches in a particular way. That's the easiest one. One of them requires just walking straight into a wall that you have no idea is invisible. There's no indication that it's invisible. And then the third one is kind of similar of you have to sort of hit a button and run around this in this ridiculous way to get to this level. And if you don't find those, the Unmaker is basically not useless, but you're not going to use it in the final level, which is kind of weird. Like it's weird that there's so many things locked behind these basic 3 levels that you have to find, and you don't find them, and they're not exactly easy levels either. Like when you get to them, one of them is very puzzle based, one of them is very action based, and one of them is kind of a mixture. And I think that's a flaw of the game. like, but I don't know. Like, I don't know how you would feel about that. Like, some of the most secret thing of powering up the big weapon. I would say 95% of people have missed it, and I don't know if that's good or bad.
That's a horrible flaw. I feel like
Yeah.
it's like you need to again. It's that old school game design. It's the Castlevania, I think 2, where you kneel at the end of the screen for 2 minutes. You know, like
Right. Yeah.
it's just I really don't know why that was so popular back in the day, just making things so obscure. But it
And
really
that's
go
a
ahead.
little. Geez, I just knocked my microphone. Clearly, haven't done this in a while. The only thing I would say is it's a little bit different to that is like that's required to get through the game, whereas this isn't. Um, but
True,
it's still
but it's
weird.
the
Yeah.
thing, you know?
Yeah.
It's like if it was if it unlocked some sort of cheats, I can understand, but when it's the main thing, almost like when it's the new BFG, we all need to get that, especially in
Right.
Doom. You know, like if it's, I think if it was the different property, I might let it slide. But Doom is all about, okay, I made it to the end. Where's my big gun?
And yeah, to me, like they almost did it backwards to where I feel like like instead of finding the demon keys, you should be finding like pieces of the weapon, because you can get the Unmaker in the main campaign, and and if you don't have the demon keys, like I think most people are just gonna be like, that's stupid. Like this is a stupid weapon. Why do I have it? Whereas if you in these 3 levels, maybe you found the 3 pieces of it, and then at the end, like so then if you find all of them, you get the big gun instead of having to find the gun and thinking it's a piece of crap kind of thing. Um, but that's just me. That's how I would have done it if I was a developer. But it's just a weird quirk of that game. And what's funny is, I know you said it'd be cool if you found cheats or something, but there is actually another secret in the first level of the game. If you don't know about it, it's where you have to shoot all the barrels in the game, and then if you are in the level, and then if you shoot this particular one last, you go to a secret level, and then if you beat that secret level, you get access to more cheat codes. So there's that aspect of it too, and to me that almost makes more sense. But there's also secret levels that you can find that are what they call fun levels, and there's one that's just called cat and mouse, and it's literally you only have a pistol, and there's a cyber demon, and like you're in like a jail cell, and it's them just like experimenting with some weird levels like you used to get on Doom back in the day, and you'd get like a map pack, something like that. It's just some weird levels like that. So like there's a lot of really cool stuff in it, but it's also really strange that, like I said, like the Unmaker's tied behind it. But like I said, we're kind of, I don't want to say we're looking for flaws at this point, but that's something to me that always sticks out is I've actually played Doom 64 with somebody who's never played it before and didn't tell him anything. I was just curious how he would find it. And the exact thing happened where he got the Unmaker and he got to the last level and just Mother Demon just absolutely destroyed him. And without the Unmaker, she's pretty tough. But then at the same point, it also trivializes her, because if you have the Unmaker, she's way too easy. So it's a really weird design that it doesn't destroy the game or anything. It's just kind of weird. So
Yeah, no, and it's a design that it's interesting to see how the design thoughts have evolved and also just stayed the same. Because as you describe that, I think of Breath of the Wild and how easy that final boss is if you just do all the things. And
yeah,
I don't know if that's a good thing or not. Like for me, definitely it wasn't. But at the same time, I can see how you can look at that as part of the adventure and that's your reward, you know?
yeah, that's actually a really good comparison. I never would have brought up myself, and because like, but that one's even a little more weird because like you get to the last boss, and if I remember correctly, doesn't like just like magic basically happens, and he just loses like half his health.
Yeah,
And
exactly. Like he just melts.
yeah, and you skip half of that fight basically, which is really strange, a strange way to skip content. And yeah, that's interesting. Like I say, it's like you said, it's almost your reward for being like, okay, I've done everything. I've now made this boss trivial. So that's yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm personally not a fan of that type of design because when I get to the end, I want my BFG because that's how I play Doom. You know, I BFG my way out of the ending, and I mean, also when it comes to like something like Zelda's, like I came here for the boss fights. The dungeons too, of course, but you know for your boss fight. So like I don't want to skip half of it. So definitely by the end, I feel like I want everything except unless you want to make something super OP and super ridiculous, and then you want to maybe jump through some hoops. That's fine. But even then, I feel like I need some hints, something, some lore drop to say, well, if you get to this point, do this and see what happens. You know, like give me some better breadcrumbs. But other than that, I mean, it's Doom. I mean, it actually makes me appreciate Doom 2016 a lot more because they really were able to just take Doom and make it 3D, like super easy. Like, and it's almost like a 1-to-1 of how you just kind of go here, blow things up, reload, and they really turned it up a notch. And what I like about 64 Doom is you can play it at your own speed sometimes, because what I like to do at some point is just try to get as much weaponry as possible and just try to complete this level super fast and just blow things up without stopping. And I think that's the only time when I miss the music, honestly. But other than that, like just zipping through these levels and trying to blow up all these monsters, it's still fun.
Yeah, and that's it's, as someone who has played literally thousands of Doom levels, like it's a cool little time capsule of Doom, basically. Like, and it came out in 97, like, and Doom came out in 93. Like it's a testament to just how good that core gameplay is, just like you said, and how Doom 2016 is basically that. And that's why Doom Eternal didn't hit as hard for some people too, is because they took that formula and they messed with it. And that's fine for me. I understand why people hate that, but at the same time, it's like, we got that game. We got the remake of Doom in Doom 2016. So, but yeah, it's a weird official game that not a lot of people have played. And so it's kind of cool just that it exists. But they said they did do the, oh man, what did they call it? I don't even remember. It's called like the Lost Levels or something like that. The Lost Levels mission pack. And it's like 8 levels, and they're pretty decent levels, but it actually officially ties Doom 64 into the official canon, and it explains the kind of the origins of where Doomslayer came from and stuff. It's super strange. I shouldn't say where he came from. It explains how he gets to where he is in Doom Eternal. So the fact that
doesn't matter.
It really doesn't. However, the fact that the team decided to not just go, like, they didn't have to do that. And should they have done that? That's a different conversation. But the fact that they got Doom 64 and they said, okay, we want to add something to this just to bring it in and make it canonical is...
I respect it. I mean, exactly. You Doom nerds, you actually think there's a lore there, so that's cute.
I like the lore of Doom 2016. Doom Eternal takes it way too far, but again, it's cool that it exists, but at the same time, does it need to? That's a question for a different time. But yeah, Doom 64, it's solid. I don't think anyone would really dispute that, but it was cool to kind of dive back into this and just have some good fun. And it's such a unique looking Doom because it doesn't look like any of the rest of them. So, but yeah, so what would be your final thoughts? Play it, don't play it?
I think it's worth playing. I mean, like a good blast on a pass, you know, like it's a good piece of business. It's fun. I mean, it's no 007 Legends, but it's pretty good.
Wow. Did you just quote 007? Like, do you like 007 Legends? I don't understand.
No one likes.
Okay.
007
Okay. That's what
I
thought.
Not
like,
a single person.
Like, did you maybe mean Nightfire or something? And okay. I was a little confused. I reviewed 007 Legends.
I think I did too, which is why it popped in my head. Like
I have my copy of that game somewhere, and like that was a game.
That was a game. That was a game
they took all the worst James Bond movies and tried to like somehow turn them into something fun. Like again, like why? Like who did this and thought that was a good idea? I don't know.
Except Daniel Craig, because I don't know why he wasn't in that one. I think was it?
No, he was. That was the other weird thing was they were all with Daniel Craig. So it was like this weird like, man, like I don't even remember. Did they have like?
I thought all the actors showed up except Daniel Craig.
No, it was Daniel Craig replaced all of them.
Oh, that was the stupid part. Okay.
Yeah. Right. And so if I remember correctly, like, isn't it like when he gets shot in Skyfall and he like falls into the water? It's like when it's like when he hits the water, it's like a weird flashback.
Yes,
yeah, that's right.
You're jumping time or something, jumping
right. It's
some crap. I don't.
Right. It's again bold, man. Like that's super bold, and like I have to give you some credit for being like, what if we took all the worst James Bond games, put Daniel Craig in them, tied it into Skyfall, and it also runs like crap. Like
007 Legends. Pass it on to your friends. You heard
exactly.
It here
Doom 64, not a big surprise. Play it, pass it on to your friends. It was just I had to make Basher play a Doom game since they're all on PC Game Pass, because we live in a world where Microsoft now owns Doom. That's a thing. Also, 007 Legends came out on the Wii U.
It did.
There's another little tidbit.
Remember the Wii U?
Yeah. I had a Wii U. I'm not afraid to admit that I had one. I immediately sold it when the Switch was announced, and I got $250 for it. You know how much I paid for my Wii U? $250. So I got to play a Wii U and get all my money back for it. And you know what? Sometimes life is cool like that, just like Doom 64. But that's going to do for this episode of Game Pass or Pass. We definitely didn't miss a ton of time. We are still going to be playing a lot of games. We got a lot of games coming up. We're going to be talking about Hi-Fi Rush. We're going to be talking about Merge and Blade, Atomic Heart, Shadow Warrior 3, Wo Long, and what's the name of the game? Wo Long in the
Wo Long in the Dynasty of it's not Sekiro, I swear it's not Sekiro.
Fallen Dynasty, as well as JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle R, and there's one game I'm forgetting. What am I forgetting? Soul Hackers 2? Is that what you
Soul
played?
Hackers Double 2, yes.
So we're going to be talking about all those games here shortly, and you will not have to wait 6 weeks for them. So we'll see you next time with one of those games.
Good days.
Schwab Trading is now powered by Ameritrade to give you a new, elevated trading experience tailor-made for trader minds. Go deeper with Thinkorswim, the powerful, award-winning trading platforms now at Schwab. Unlock support from the Trade Desk, our team of passionate traders who live and breathe trading like you do. And sharpen your skills with an expanding library of online education crafted just for traders. All designed to help you trade brilliantly. Learn more at schwab.com/trading.
Hi, Barbie.
Hi, Barbie.
Hi, Barbie.
I'm Margot Robbie, and I play Barbie.
And I'm Ryan Gosling, and I play Ken.
Max is now the exclusive streaming home of Barbie.
So cool.
And the Max with Ads plan is included with your Cricket $60 unlimited plan at no additional cost. Log in with your Cricket username and password to experience Max on all your favorite devices.
This is the best day ever.
It is the best day ever.
Don't miss Barbie, now streaming on Max. Phone plan streams in standard definition. Programming subject to change. Fees, terms, and restrictions apply. See cricketwireless.com for details.
Life insurers put life into the things you live for. The new factory that's hiring your neighbors. Maintenance on the bridge that keeps traffic flowing. The paycheck that puts pizza night on the table. Life insurers contribute $8 trillion to the U.S. economy through bond purchases and other investments, and protect the financial security of 90 million American families, like yours. See how life insurers put life into America at acli.com. Paid for by the American Council of Life Insurers.